Actually, I wanted to kind of tell you the story behind our first showroom. We were operating out of our home office very comfortably until, one of our big shipments came in, and my living room was full of like 20 cartons. And that's when I realized that we need an office space. We need a space where we can at least hold inventory. And at that time, it was just Bonnie and I. So I was like, we need to have a kind of an office space where we can, work out of. This home office is not going to work anymore. So, keeping that in mind, we started looking for places. Bonnie and me are typical South Bombay people. We did not want to venture too far. So we started looking for some nice buildings and places in Colaba.
It was 9 months, boss. 9 months. We must have seen over 50 properties. 45 were rejected. Why were they rejected? Maybe the color was off, maybe just too noisy, maybe she just didn't like the building. But there's no reason, just rejected.
And then we kind of expanded our search into Fort and Ballad Estate.
I remember being on a work call and I remember getting a call from Sakshi and she's like, I think I found the place.
I came with my broker and he showed me this place. It was a dilapidated building. My first impression was, when I looked at it, I said, how old is this building? And he said, it's over 100 years old. I said, okay.
So, after 50 properties that we've rejected, after 9 months, I'm thinking she's going to tell me, oh, it's this beautiful building and it's got these, just the vibe is great and all of this. And she goes like, this building can fall anytime.
I said, and which floor are we looking at? He said, no, it's the ground floor right here. I said, okay, nice, interesting. Okay, it's a ground floor. And he opened this really old lock and lifted the shutter up. And the moment I walked inside, it was like empty, expansive area with beautiful high ceiling. And I just stood there at the door. I didn't even take the step in. I just stood there at the door and while I walked in, I realized, I said, yeah, I like it. It was just this instant feeling that maybe I could make something out of this.
So I'm glad that actually happened because we actually started off. This is where the combination comes in well, right? Because I have done new businesses, so I start thinking a bit on the ROI, and I start thinking, no, but does it make sense for us to do this? Sakshi is more of a why person, the energy person, the creative person. She's like, let's do it. I was like, fine, you want to get it done? We'll get it done.
I said, but do we need such a big space? So he said, see, the thing is that we are going to expand. We're going to have a team. We need a place where our team can work out of. So he said, don't think about now, but let's think about the future, and we will need a space like this. I said, yeah, okay, makes sense.
So we said, okay, fine, deal closed, we'll sign up for 6 years. I said, okay, fine. I've kept, say, X as the budget to do the interiors and architect. Sakshi like, yeah. We went 4X of that price. Sakshi like, yeah. But we did it. So I think that's where it kind of ends up happening. I think she sees the vision. She sees how it's going to happen. And that's why I say I'm behind the scenes. I'm still very uncomfortable being on this video. But after 2 days of shooting, I was said, sit down here and shoot it. So that's been our journey about the showroom so far.
Yes, and opening this flagship store was our, I would say, the first milestone ever. Bonnie and Saks' first milestone.